Okay, this is a continuation of the last few videos, so you know you're going to have to backtrack. Part 284C3m1b7c8e13c9c6d3p21c. If you're working on the neural network information, go back to A. Just change it to A and you'll find it. Line 22f1fa19c3m1b7c8e13c9c6d3p21c. General system theory, which we called the GST in the last video. Isotype, pictograms, 5G Wow Seti. Here's our alien radio signal, and this is a general system isotope pictogram, ancient alien caves, core keyword research about UFO structure from the wild data. January 24th, 2013. Today is February the 1st. So our keywords originally started in this video of line 22 F1FA 19C3M 1B7C8E 13C9C6D3P7. Genetic algorithms nonlinear formula UFO 5G Wow Seti. The previous video that we worked on was line 22 F1FA 19C3M 1B7C8E 13C9C6D3P21b. Intelligent Neural Networks GST 5G Wow Seti. And again, the GST stands for General System Theory. Okay, so the keywords were future prediction output, and that led to the General System Theory keyword. So I just looked at the information, didn't bother to bring it all up. And I looked for this keyword, and this seemed interesting, so let's take a look at it. It's a quote from Wiki. The biologist is widely recognized for his contributions to science as a systems theorist, specifically for the development of a theory known as general system theory. The theory attempted to provide alternatives to conventional models of organization. GSD defined new foundations and developments as a generalized theory of systems with applications to numerous areas of study, emphasizing holism over reductionism, organism over mechanism. So energies, this is some sort of diagram here. The energy systems language of systems ecology, and that's from Wiki. So it talks about transaction, energy loss, self-limiter, switch, production, interaction, consumption, store, generic, flow, and source. Okay. So the quote from Wiki, the keyword pictograph icons was interesting, so I looked it up. In order to aid learning and modeling for all scales, Odom and Odom 2000 suggested systems might first be introduced with pictographic icons, and then later defined in the generic symbolism. Pictograms have therefore been used in software programs like XtendSim to depict the basic categories of the energy system language. Some have argued that such an approach shares similar motivations to Otto Neurath's Isotype project, Lebanon's characteristic Unirelis, and Enlightenment project, and Buckminster's Fuller's networks. So here's pages from Neurath's International Picture Language 1936. The keyword is isotope picture language, quotes from Wiki, isotope international system of typographic picture education. It is a method of showing social, technological, biological, and historical connections in pictorial form. A central task in Isotype was the transformation of complex source information into a sketch for a self-explanatory chart. A pictogram, also called a pictogram or pictograph, is an ideogram that conveys its meaning through its pictorial resemblance to a physical object. Pictographs are often used in writing and graphic systems in which the characters are to a considerable extent pictorial in appearance. Pictography is a form of writing which uses representational pictorial drawings. It is a basis of cuneiform and to some extent hieroglyphic writing, which also uses drawings as phonetic letters or determinative rhymes. Early written symbols were based on pictographs, pictures which resemble what they signify, and ideograms, symbols which represent ideas. Ancient Sumerian, Egyptian, and Chinese civilizations began to use such symbols over developing them into lithographic writing systems. Pictographs are still in use as the main medium of written communication in some non-literature cultures in Africa, the Americas, and Oceania. I didn't know that. So they don't actually read there, they actually still do pictures with each other. Interesting. Pictographs are often used as simple pictorial representational symbols by most contemporary cultures. So Ojibwa pictographs on cliff face at Agawa Rock, Lake Superior Provincial Park. The pictographs can often transcend languages in that they can communicate to speakers of a number of tongues and languages. There's the pictograph there. Looks like some sort of animal, a canoe. I don't know, it's just a wild guess there. Even if the languages and cultures are completely different. That is why road signs and similar pictographic material are often applied as global standards expected to be understood by nearly all. I just want to go back to this. Back in the early days, you see how there's red with blue? They actually mixed different berries and stuff and painted it on the rocks to give it color. Cool, eh? And it stayed. This is why road signs and similar pictographic material are often applied as global standards expected to be understood by nearly all. Pictographs can also take the form of diagrams to represent statistical data by pictorial forms and can be varied in color, size, or number to indicate change. Pictographs can be considered an art form and are designed as such in pre-Columbian art, Native American art, and painting in the Americas before colonization. One example of many is the rock art of the Chumash people, part of the Native American history of California. In 2011, UNESCO World Heritage adds to its list a new site, Petroglyphs Complexes of the Mongolian Altai, Mongolia, to celebrate the importance of the pictograms engraved in rocks. Some scientists in the field of neuropsychiatry and neuropsychology, such as Professor Dr. Mario Christian Meyer, are studying the symbolic meaning of indigenous pictograms and petroglyphs, aiming to create new ways of communication between native people and modern scientists to safeguard and valorize their cultural diversity. So the keywords are aggregative methods is going to be in our next video. Thanks for watching.